Today I want to talk about persistence, what it requires, and why it's so necessary to get anything done in life. Today I spent essentially the whole day contemplating on a course, working on a course that I'm coming up with on finding purpose in life. And me being a 27-year-old man, having accomplished some things here and there. I'm a dentist, I've released some albums. I have created lots and lots of artwork and cultivated some good friendships on top of other things. I think consistently about whether or not my message, whether or not the things that I have to say matter to people, and whether or not the information is relevant. And I think this is the necessary first steps into achieving anything in life, because if we are good at any particular thing, if we are knowledgeable about any particular thing when we start out, oftentimes we're going to dwindle in our pursuit. Failure, persisting, the value of despair, all of these concepts I talk about in my videos, I genuinely believe are required in order to make us persevere, in order to strengthen our reserve, our character, to achieve the larger things that we want in life. You might be thinking to yourself, well, Tarab, you've made all these videos. What have you gotten out of it? You have created tremendous amounts of social media posts on emotional intelligence, on living life in a satisfactory way, whatever. What have you gotten out of it? And really, the thing that I get out of it is if I die tomorrow, my ideas are somewhere. And if it helps a single person, I'm okay. That's about it. Everything else is candy. Everything else is a cherry on top. And I hope that that's always the case. And the reason that I'm making this video today is because I hired a marketing team that's not uploading my videos because they're editing them. And I made it pretty clear to them that, the video should be uploaded every day. The reason being, because I want to give my insight to whoever's willing to watch my channel. Those of you that watch consistently, thank you. I appreciate it. But hopefully you're watching because it's inspiring you in some way. Hopefully you're watching because my ideologies, my journey is somehow relevant to you and your life. I wanted to talk about perseverance and persistence today to encourage you that if you're not seeing immediate dividends for the things that you are doing in your life, there will be them. They will come. The achievements, the checkpoints, the points that mark whether or not we have hit where we needed to go in life, those come very infrequently. And when you delve into the realm of some of the successful people in life, some of the very wealthy and powerful, you realize that this is kind of baked into their character. This is baked into their understanding of the world. And when it comes to people that aren't particularly successful, or people that are kind of a little bit smaller, their footprint, their impact is a little bit smaller in life, they tend to see a tiny amount of effort. And a tiny amount of effort really is subjective. Because a tiny amount of effort for someone that's put a lot of effort into something and actually achieve substantial success out of it, a tiny amount of effort could be 1 or 2 years. That's the kind of the context that I'm talking about here. And it might be hard to contextualize because a lot of us haven't been doing very much stuff for 1 or 2 years consistently. And I'm about 10 months into this YouTube and influencer space. Mind you, it's half of my job because I am a dentist on the side, and I delve in other business ideologies and things that I want to do in life. But essentially, 1 or 2 years of effort are essentially the bare minimum to get mediocre at something. And weeks, if weeks and months feel to us like they're just this tremendous burden, that we're not getting anything out of it, that that our effort's not going to pay off because it hasn't already, I'm here to tell you that's probably the wrong mentality. Jim Rohn says that we only have a few springs. We only have so long to live in this life. And from someone that was at the end of his life, from someone that really lived life to its nth degree, at least from an observer's perspective, that's a statement that he could have made, because he had lived more than many people did, 300, 400 years ago. It's a lot of life. But there's also just a tremendous amount of time in this life too. That's the paradox of it. Because every day, if we're conscious, if we're consistently paying attention to how we feel and what the environment's like, well, a day can seem like a really long time. Time is kind of this thing that we have tried to put numbers to, tried to understand in a mathematical sense, in a very logical sense. But time has this kind of a spiritual, mystical, magical thing about it too, where a memory of someone, a memory of an event can last you your whole life, and yet it might have just been a moment. So what I'm trying to convey here is that in the moment, it might feel to me that I am superfluously wasting my time, my effort. I am spending a tremendous amount of time and energy on something that's not going to give me dividends, period. This is the wrong approach, because the journey itself, the journey of putting in the effort, the journey of caring, the journey of trying to become a better individual, a better understanding of the world, that's what matters. That's what makes us wealthy. That's what makes us powerful and satisfied in life. And so when you ever hit a wall in your life, when you're ever in the valley of despair, as Alex Hormozi calls it, acknowledge the fact that this is a path that you have chosen for yourself. And acknowledge the fact that the dividends of this path are partially in each step that you take, the commitment that you've given yourself, and partially are the achievements, the points that you can point to and say, look, all of this effort was because of this thing. From an extraneous perspective, the latter matters more, because in a capitalist society and in the world in general, our most recent win is the only win that counts, really. People forget the rest because most people aren't concentrated on time, the longevity of things. So I'm very, very early in the process. And I know this. Because I realize that there is a tremendous metaphorical mountain in front of me. And I want to climb this mountain merely for change, and merely to acknowledge that there is so much more of life to live. And I hope that anyone watching these videos, I hope that anyone that you talk to, anyone that you confer with on a daily basis, I hope all of us acknowledge that time and perspective, these things are all subjective. And at the end of the day, at the end of our life, every day being a lifetime, really what we're going to remember is, did we work? Did we put in the effort? I say I've put in the effort today. And you know what? There's really not much in life that's more satisfying than that. And a lot of people don't know it. A lot of people don't acknowledge it. I hope you acknowledge it. Take a look at your day. Is it going to be a good one? Are you going to empower other people? Are you going to try to change slightly your environment just by being there? Whatever it is, I hope this video finds you well. And I hope that if you are depressed in your persistence, that it picked you up a little bit, made you realize, hey, not only is it going to be just fine, But I congratulate you, my friend, for following through with your desires, with your perception of the world. Check out this video if you have some time. Smash that like button if you stayed this far into the video. Subscribe, throw me a comment, it all helps. But really, actualize your potential, Catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.